collection vehicles at the command center.
Police have not yet arrested a suspect or person of interest. And the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions for the second time ever after taking down the New England Patriots. Fox's Greg Thompson tells us how it happened on Sunday night.
A 29-13 win for the Seattle Seahawks over the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60. And Seattle's defense, which was nicknamed the Dark Side, was the difference, forcing 3 turnovers, including returning an interception for a touchdown late to seal it. Now, that side of the ball was led by head coach Mike McDonald, who was calling the plays. And at 38 years old, he becomes the 3rd youngest head coach ever to win a Super Bowl. As for Seattle's offense, most of it came from kicker Jason Myers, who set a new Super Bowl record by making 5 field goals, as well as running back Kenneth Walker, who carried the ball 27 times for 135 yards, along with 26 yards receiving on the way to taking home MVP honors, as the Seahawks hoist the Lombardi Trophy for the 2nd time in franchise history. Greg Thompson, Fox News.
America's listening to Fox News.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, everyone. It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Hey, everyone. It's Phil Sims.
It's Dolores Catania.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kix Brooks.
It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Rob Paulson.
I'm Ryan Serhant.
Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Palizzi.
Hey, everybody's Kevin Nealon.
What's up, guys? It's Nia Sue, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
From Maine down to Virginia and over to Ohio, bitterly cold temperatures impacting millions. National Weather Service meteorologist Dave Roth says one town south of Buffalo, New York, really in a deep freeze.
Bradford, Pennsylvania might actually get into the negative 20s tonight.
And it's the air temperature, not factoring in the wind chill. Some snow picking up in the western U.S., especially for higher elevations in Montana, Utah, and Wyoming. Yellowstone could get up to 15 inches by late Monday. The streets of Minneapolis calmer on Sunday, even as anti-ICE protests continued. Fox's Steve Harrigan was there.
The numbers of protesters have gone down. The temperatures have gone up. But they were definitely throwing objects at federal agents. They were throwing pieces of ice at federal agents, also bottles, and sometimes sex toys as well. One agent injured by a piece of ice, one protester arrested for assault, and 42 arrests overall. It turned violent suddenly. And what's really taking a beating here across Minneapolis is the economy. A lot of small businesses, restaurants that have to open and unlock and then lock their door every time someone goes in and out, having a tough time with staff. Many store owners say that these protests have hit them worse than COVID.
Meantime, NASA's Crew 12 mission to the International Space Station going to launch this week.
It includes 2 American astronauts, 1 European Space Agency astronaut, and 1 Russian cosmonaut. Earlier this weekend, they arrived at Kennedy Space Center, where they remain under a precautionary quarantine as they prepare for launch early Wednesday. When they arrive at the ISS, Crew 12 will be greeted by 2 Russians and NASA astronaut Chris Williams, who's been maintaining the U.S. equipment on the space station by himself since mid-January. Crew 12 will launch atop a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. The FAA has given Falcon 9 clearance to launch, and they are targeting a liftoff on Wednesday.
And that is Fox's Jonathan Seri reporting for us this morning. I'm Ted Linder. This is Fox News.
Boss 104, The Point, Star 101, and Lotte Hotel Guam present the 2026 Island Wedding Expo. Mark the date, Sunday, June 14th. Join us as we showcase an abundance of elegant choices for your special day. Table spaces are now available, but hurry, they're filling up. If you're a business that caters to all things weddings, from coordinators, florists, cakes, photographers, and more, call 888-7346 and connect with Doris, Shanzi, Daryl, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Island Wedding Expo, call 888-RDIO.
Boss, I got run over by a forklift.
Boss, I crashed a company truck.
What do we do? Our warehouse and inventory are gone.
Hi, this is Dave Silva from AB Risk Solutions, and it's time for Risk 101. Everything you just heard are examples of risk your businesses can face. Our job is to ask the hard what-if questions and teach you how to reduce your exposures and help you recover if things go sideways. We've got decades of experience in Micronesia working with businesses big and small. Call AB Risk Solutions today at 777-2668 for a free inspection and quote.
AB Risk Solutions, formerly known as Aon. Guam, are you ready? For one night only, Julian Marley and The Uprising with special guests Jack Pil Pil and the sounds of DJ Bonix are coming to Guam, featuring Trichomes, The Resistance, 4K, and Mixplate at the Lime Event venue this February 14th. And the best part? Everyone is VIP. Experience roots, reggae, island vibes, and pure Marley energy live on Valentine's Day. But listen, tickets are extremely limited, and once they're gone for good. Don't wait. Get yours now at guamtime.net. That's guamtime.net. Brought to you by New Wave Studios Guam, Empire Realty, Trivision, Micronesia Mall, Pacific Island Money Pops Guam, Happy Mart, Pacific Grocers, Swab Kicks, Coffee Slut, The Local Shop, Renovate Guam, Chamarita Eats, The Post Guam, Atkins Kroll, Concept Lab, Boss 104, The Point, and Star 101. One night, one price, one legend.
Kim Anderson from Security Title here. If you are like me, the new year brings an irresistible urge to clean house and make a fresh start. As we head into 2026, it may be a good time to check the status of your family property. Have there been any changes, such as a marriage or divorce? Has a family member passed? Or do you have an estate plan in place? Taking a little time now can help prevent bigger issues down the road and give you peace of mind for the year ahead. From all of us at Security Title, Happy New Year.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. It's 1800 hours and 8 minutes time for Veterans with Benefits with your hosts Karina Ballista and Ray Shinohara.
I like what you did there. What was that? He did his little, yes. Welcome
What's up, everybody?
back. Welcome back. As always, want to start by thanking our sponsors, Ambrose Inc., American Legion, Post One. Don't forget their second Saturday steaks. Hebzibah Family Medical Clinic, 11Z's, right behind the radio station, offering 11% discount for veterans and military. What did you order today over there?
Calamansi tea.
It looks like a lemonade. That's a tea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, calamansi and tea, so like a tea lemonade, but calamansi.
Like an Arnold Palmer.
Like an Arnold Palmer.
Right.
But more calamansi.
All right. And then Domino's. Thank you to Dane over there, offering free pizza for a Veteran of the Week. JTC Services, veteran owned. The Most Services with Rob Jackson. Master Blasters for all your blasting needs, and the HMI Veteran nonprofit organization that we're a part of. And then Guam Junk Haulers. They're amazing. They're a veteran owned business. You can call them at 671-788-GUNK. So we want to just highlight, Veteran of the Week. What am I doing? I'm jumping. I am jumping. What
Who is
am
it today?
I doing?
This week.
This week, I'm so excited to say that it is my brother.
Nice.
Rollin.
Ooh, good stuff.
Rollin Taitzino. He just got promoted on Saturday. So we went to present the award to the winners of the 5K, the Perpetual Cup. So they're the Chamurai. There was a team of 4, and then I think they had one backup. So it's a team of 4, 1 female. So we have Rose there, James Kumabwan. I didn't catch the name of the other one, and there was one other one, but I know they had a team of 5. So we presented the award to them. And then I got a phone call later that morning after we had left, and it was my sister-in-law saying my brother's going to get pinned today, and what could I make it? And I was like, of course. So this is his Veteran of the Week. Specialist Taitzino entered military service Oh, wait, hold on.
Now
Start at
Sergeant.
the beginning. Yes, now
Now
Sergeant. This week, we proudly honor Specialist Roland Taitano, a dedicated soldier from HMI Guam, whose service to our nation reflects courage, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to duty. He entered military service from his home island of Guam, joining the United States Army National Guard with pride and purpose. Over 3.5 years, nope, he had more. I think he had total 12 active duty service, or 12 years of service. He demonstrated exceptional professionalism and readiness, completing missions both at home and across the Pacific. As an 11 Bravo, Specialist Taitano served with the 294th Battalion Company Charlie Rifle Company, where he carried out the demanding responsibilities of a frontline soldier. Most recently, he completed the THAAD rotation mission in September, contributing to the defense and security of the Indo-Pacific region. His service also included duty in support of Theater Security Cooperation Indo-PACOM, strengthening partnerships and enhancing regional stability. Throughout his military career, Specialist Taitano earned an impressive list of awards and decorations, reflecting his excellence, leadership, and dedication. Army Commendation Medal, 2nd Award. Joint Service Achievement Medal. Army Achievement Medal, 3rd Award. Army Reserve Components Achievement Medal. Armed Forces Service Medal. Armed Forces Reserve Medal with M device, National Defense Service Medal, Global War and Terrorism Service Medal, Overseas Service Ribbon, Army Service Ribbon, Army Reserve Components Overseas Training Ribbon, Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal, Driver Mechanic Badge Operator, and Certificate of Achievement 4th Award. These honors speak to a soldier who consistently went above and beyond, not only meeting the standard, but raising it. Beyond his military accomplishments, Specialist Taitano is a devoted family man. He's married to Jasmine Taitano, and together they're raising a beautiful family of 5 children. RJ, Dresden, Asher, Milo, and their daughter Leia. She's so cute. His love for his family and his commitment to providing them with a strong future are at the heart of everything he does. He completed his required active service, most recently with honorable discharge, a testament to his character, professionalism, and dedication to mission success. Today, he remains a valued member of our island community. His legacy of service, both in uniform and at home, inspires future generations of soldiers and reminds us of the sacrifices made by those who choose to serve. Sujos Maasi, Specialist Taitano, for your honorable service to Guam, United States. We're proud to recognize you as our Veteran of the Week. And he's my brother. I think that's the photo there. That's his first sergeant, Biakin, Phil Biakin, me, my sister-in-law, my brother in the middle, my sister Irene, and then his commander.
Awesome.
Yes. So that was nice to witness. So his whole, I don't know if it's called battalion. If it's just elements, what are they called in the Army? I don't know what they're called.
Platoons?
His shop? I don't know. Maybe.
Infantry guy?
Maybe. I don't know. But all of them, after he got promoted, they came and they all got in a line and they thanked him. I've never witnessed an Army promotion before.
That is pretty cool. What did they do? Just put on a new patch on him?
So my sister-in-law, she changed his patch, I think, on his uniform and his hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's how they do it. I've never experienced an Army promotion, but
that was nice.
Every promotion is special.
Yes.
You know?
And congratulations to the winners of the 5K.
Yeah.
They get to display that beautiful EFIT wood, and they had their new plate put on it, the HMI, and they're coming to defend their title. So they won it in 2024, won it in 2025. And I'm pretty sure they're going to come and defend it in 2026. So congratulations to the winners of the 5K team.
Good job, guys.
That was what we did this past weekend. And now we're going to share tip of the week. Veteran tip of the week: how to file a VA disability claim. Hapade veterans, here's your tip of the week. If you've been thinking about filing a VA claim or updating an old one, here's a simple breakdown of the process and the rules that guide it. Number 1, gather your evidence. Before filing, collect anything that supports your claim, including service treatment records, private or VA medical records, nexus letters, lay statements from family members or those you served with. This step is supported by 38 CFR 3.159, which explains the VA's duty to assist and the types of evidence used to decide the claim. The VA's internal manual, M21-1 Part 3, you should take some time to read that one. It also outlines how evidence is evaluated. So whatever you turn in, the VA has to follow this manual. You can submit your claim online through va.gov. You can mail the form at mail the form 21-526EZ. And then with the nonprofit organization that we're with, we assist you in creating the va.gov account because it is not easy, and you can file the claim online.
Yep.
The form is part of the fully developed claim program, which is described in 38 CFR 3.155 and 3.160. Number 3, VA review and CMP exam. Once your claim is submitted, the VA reviews your evidence. They may schedule a CMP exam. The examiner evaluates your symptoms, severity, and service connection. The Kaluza triangle, right? CMP exams are governed by 38 CFR 3.326 and M21-1. Number 4, the VA makes a decision. After reviewing your evidence and exam results, the VA issues a decision that includes service connection status, disability percentage, effective date, and monthly compensation amount. This process follows 38 CFR 4.1, which covers the VA schedule for rating disabilities. Typical timeline. Most claims take 4 to 6 months, but it can vary depending on the complexity of your conditions, whether the VA needs more evidence, and how quickly the exams are completed. I know it's taking anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, right, to get a call after you submit your claim.
Yep.
It's happening pretty fast.
Yep. So make sure you're available.
Yes, make sure. Timelines and development procedures are outlined in M21-1, Part 1, Chapter 1. Why this matters. Even if you're already rated 0%, 10%, 50%, or 100%, your conditions may have worsened, or you may have developed new secondary conditions. Filing keeps your record accurate and ensures you receive the benefits you earned under 38 CFR 3.400, the effective dates and benefit of the doubt. So, key points, just, file your claim. You don't know what you'll get. Your service earned you these benefits. Don't wait, and make sure you take the next step.
Yeah, absolutely. And never give up.
Never give up. So I know it is taking about 2 to 3 weeks to get a phone call from the CMP examiner.
Yeah.
And that's important because for those veterans that don't know the steps, there are like 8 steps to a claim.
Yep.
And each step is different. I like when veterans call me and say, yeah, but I filed 2 years ago. I just need a form. The VA says I just need this one form. I was like, yes, I know. But can you please come to our next benefits boot camp?
Yep.
We teach you everything because this, filing your claim is not easy. I mean, HMI makes it look easy, but it is not easy.
No, it's definitely not.
It's frustrating. It can be disappointing. I know of veterans that have burned their VA letters because they just said, "Oh, is this what my service is? You just want to deny me? Is this what it means? Is this all I was worth?" When they get their denials. So, I think the most important thing is, for the veterans, is to please don't give up. Never give up in that process.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow, we are hosting the second annual Veteran Summit up at Anderson at the Sunrise Conference Center. If you do not have base access, please get someone to sponsor you on. We're going to be too busy with registration and setup and getting all the speakers ready and the slides to come to the front gate and sponsor you. I'm so sorry. Please try and get there early because there might be a long line. It's going to be at the golf course. Is there any way you can explain the golf course? Because I will get someone lost on base.
Yeah, that's a good one. So you get into Anderson, you head through the gate, you pass the traffic circle, you're heading to the flight line. And once you start seeing the four-way intersection, so the dominant trail to go...
You mean the roundabout?
After the roundabout.
Okay.
You make a...
Right.
Wait.
Right.
Well, you could go straight too. Yeah, you can make a right.
But why would you go straight if the golf course is like past the exchange and the post office?
Well, I usually get to the golf course from the...
Oh, you're talking about the back gate.
Yeah.
Oh, no. How about take us from the front gate? Because we don't know if the back gate will be open.
Yeah. So you pass the the gas station.
Okay.
And then you make that left, and you're pretty much following that road until you see the golf course on your right.
Right.
And then you just look for the building for the entrance.
And we'll have a banner, so look for the banner.
Yeah.
And then if you get lost, you can call 671-682-7631. I hope my phone doesn't die. I don't think it will. I'll have a charger with me and
drop
a little
pin to them.
Yes.
But I think it's also important to talk about like who can get base access, right? Especially if you're sponsoring somebody. So you have to have that VA ID card. It has to say on the bottom service connected, and you have to register it with the front gate, right? So that gives you a year, I believe, of access. So it's definitely worth going early. The lines aren't that bad. And if you're thinking about going during lunchtime, it's going to get worse. So
yes.
Just be wary of when you're, in line for that access, and hopefully the system isn't down.
So 6:30 is coming up, and I just wanted to say, I think we are also airing on KOAM at 6:30 for the podcast that we recorded.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be. Jake didn't get back to me, but I think so.
Cool.
And that was a good podcast.
Yeah.
I think we had a lot to talk about with
that short time
yes,
span.
with a short time span. Well, we'll be an hour starting in March.
Cool.
So that'll be good. Like, right when we get into start talking about a subject, and they're like waving us down.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got like 1 minute. We're like,
and there's a lot to talk
how do we
about.
cut this short? We can't cut this short. There's just so much, information we need to share, right? And there are so many things that are changing for the better. I know I've sent you some articles about, some laws in Congress that we're following and we're tracking.
Yeah.
And then the most recent, right? We had Vince Borja here. On last week, Senator Vince Borja here, and is talking about the education bill, and I think he's gonna probably show up at the summit, if his calendar permits to talk about it.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the summit. So that's gonna be at the golf course at Anderson, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to about 3 to 4 p.m., depending on if the speakers, run long or not. So we're going to have, there's like a whole list of, there's like a whole list of people. Let me see if I have a list of them. Let me just touch on a few. So we're going to have Senator Sabrina Salas-Manzanani open up. Then we're going to have Miss Wendy Schwartz. She's from the VA Pacific Island Healthcare System. She's going to be calling in from off island. Then we're going to have Ben Servino, Accessible Van Transportation Services. We're going to have Bank Pacific with VA Home Loans. We're going to have Charlie Hermosa talking about veterans and small business. And we hope to have Social Security Office. I know they were saying that they will be there, but if they cannot be there, they'll be able to, give us some handouts to put out. We're going to have Dr. K, who we had on here, Healing with Dr. K. Then we're going to have Live Well at Home Guam with Tanya. Remember Tanya Eubanks? And then we're going to have Robert Jackson, the Most Services, Dr. Danny McClure. So he is a board-certified psychiatrist from Total Guam Foundation. We're going to have University of Maryland there, AmeriCorps Guam. We're going to have Danielle Summerfleck from Guam Legal Services there. We're going to have Charles B. Hazard with Skillbridge. And then we're going to have Mrs. Berta talk about DIC. So DIC is the benefit for the surviving spouses. And then we're going to have Congressman Moylan. We're going to have Auntie Bobby Tyson talk about grief recovery. We're going to have J. Basil O'Malley from the Guam Elder Justice Center. We're going to have Bob Kelly talk. We're going to have K9 LLC. That's Ed Tovis with his K9s. And then we're going to have Carl Peterson, Money Resources, Inc. And then the tables, we're going to have resource tables. We're going to have Emily Garriando. She's with the UMGC. We're going to have GSAT there, the Guam Assistive Technology. We're going to have Mark Castillo, Military Auto Source. We're going to have Miss Celeste from the CBOC, Health Benefits Advisor. So if you've never registered for healthcare at the CBOC, you can do it there. Just bring your DD-214. And then we're going to have Red Cross Guam chapter. And then, of course, we're also going to have Boot Camp 49. So it's going to be a very busy 3 days. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the summit.
Lots of information, lots of really cool resources.
And you can ask questions and
absolutely.
go visit the resource tables. And we're going to feed you. So please register. If you haven't registered, you can send a message to 671-682-7631. or find us online at hmiguam.com, and just please register for our head count.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really, really busy week. And then not this week, but I think on the 21st, HMI is going to be at the Quality of Life Expo. Do you know if they covered that, Jose? Do you know if Ray talked about that Quality of Life Expo at Leo Palace?
Because
that's a big event sponsored by Joint Region.
When is that?
February 21st, Quality of Life Expo. This is their, I don't know, 5th year. HMI's been there. So it's basically all of the resources and companies on the island showcasing themselves to those that are stationed here on Guam. So active duty, I've only seen active duty come to this because it's put on by the MWR. Are they called MWR? I know it's J8 or 9 of Joint Region. I got to get that right. But anyways, HMI will be there on February 21st, and it's exciting to talk to these to those that just PCS to Guam, because they say, oh, I didn't know this organization existed, because what we do with with HMI, all the outreach and all the things that we do and the boot camp. After veterans attend it and spouses, they say, where were you 10 years ago when I was filing my claim? I didn't know what I was doing.
And knowledge is power.
Yes.
And there's going to be a lot of knowledge over there.
Yes. I know we have more to share. Should we just take a break now? Because I think once we get started, I don't know if we're going to be able to take a breath. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. We'll be right back.
See you guys.
This February, skip the roses and give them a night they'll never forget. It's Subscribe to Love, happening February 13th, 2026 at the stunning Leo Palace Resort.
She's my sunshine in the rain.
Starring two of the smoothest voices on the internet, Jeremy Passion and Gabe Bunda.
Your fingers cross mine.
Together for one unforgettable night of music, vibes, and island romance. Couples, singles, and a whole squad. This is your Valentine's celebration. Tickets available now at guamtime.net. Make this Valentine's weekend unforgettable. Get set to subscribe to love.
At Guam Regional Medical City's Cancer Center, your care is our priority. We provide comprehensive treatment services tailored to your needs with compassionate support every step of the way. Our expert team specializes in hematology and oncology, delivers advanced radiation therapy, and offers personalized chemotherapy infusions in a comfortable setting. We also provide effective pain management and a full range of outpatient infusion services, including blood and iron transfusions. We're here for you, supporting your entire journey right here at home. Guam Regional Medical City, comprehensive cancer care close to home.
We're back. You can call us at 671-888-TALK. So we shared some articles with you. I think, Ray, we were talking about what we wanted to share with the veteran community, and there were two laws maybe in Congress that were sent to the House, and I like tracking those because, like we were talking about during the break, right? There aren't. No one really talks to us here on Guam about what's going on. And, what you were just saying earlier, are we receiving it? Is Guam receiving it? Oh, before we do that, let me just say hello to those online watching us. Let's see who is watching us online. Uncle Johnny. Hey, Uncle Johnny, happy belated birthday. It was his birthday last week.
Oh, cool.
I forgot to call in to Vet Talk to say that. What was I doing last week? I'm so mad at myself that I missed it. I'm so sorry, Uncle Johnny. Happy belated birthday. Myron Chrysostemo, good evening, veterans. All right. And Frank and Chris Chidegui, happy Super Bowl Monday, veterans. We didn't even talk about that. There's so much to talk about. We didn't even. Are you a Seahawks fan or Patriots fan?
I don't watch football. I'm sorry.
I know, me neither. Except when I was in the States, I used to cook for Super Bowl Sunday all the time.
Who won, though?
I think the Seahawks.
Did they?
Seahawks,
Was it
right?
Seahawks?
Right,
The
Jose?
Seahawks blew the Patriots out of the water.
Good job.
All right, we have Roki Cruz watching us. He says, Viva HMI Roki, I meant to call you today. I have a request. Can you please come and give a testimony at the summit? What is that I hear? You said yes. All right. He's going to come talk to us.
Nice.
Elizabeth Mendiola Kishitu, she says watching. And Brennan Fausto. I really like saying your name, Fausto. Saying the Fausto. He says, let's go, awesome veteran warfighters with guests. Jose gave him a salute. Good evening, brother.
Jigo Jarhead.
Yes. Yes.
Hoorah.
So it's, oh, there's more. Chuck Hazard. He came on late. Sorry, are you on YouTube or are you on Facebook? I'm sorry, guys. If you're listening to us, you're probably listening to us on 93.3. You can watch us online. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, on HMI Guam. And also there's online, right? Is it Point GU? We're live online, Point GU?
The Point.
Okay.
GU.
And can someone go on KOEM and check the news? Because our podcast should be airing at the exact same time. I was on a phone call earlier and someone said, Karina, you have a radio show today, right? I'm like, yeah. But what about, it looks like you were in a house. Were you recording? Is it like a podcast? Is a podcast live? No, the podcast is not live. So our podcasts that we record, those are pre-recorded. And it shows every second Monday of the month, and then there are reruns. So a veteran said, hey, I think you're on the TV, but then you're on the radio. I said, yes, we have a podcast and a radio show. But I don't know if we're on KOEM right now. We should be. And our producer didn't reply to me from KOEM, so we'll see. Anyways, getting back to it. So we want to talk about those two. You said it was sent to the House. What were they? I know we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, it was about the Veterans Readiness and Employment Improvement Act.
Okay.
Just getting veterans more access to, people call it VOC rehab. It's a vocational rehabilitation. It's meant for rapid employment, or the VNRE program. Really great program. We talked a little bit about it the last show. It's just another opportunity to get knowledge and education, but specifically to get a job. And some individuals have issues with utilizing the program. So the bill that was presented was to make it a little more streamlined and a little more accessible. We have issues ourselves here on Guam with the VNRE program, with having counselors that help the program stay steady with all the veterans that are using that program here, but they're never consistent. They never stay here, and they usually fall through sometimes with some of the veterans having bad experiences with it. But having a dedicated, VNRE counselor here would definitely change a lot of people's lives when they understand how to use that program, right? So that program allows you to, get educated or get the tools necessary to accomplish that job, whether you want to, go back to school. Some people use it to go back to school. Some people use it to gain a trade, whether it's like going to a mechanic school. One cool thing, when I was in Oregon, they had a program under the VNRE, and you would learn how to fix airplanes. So they would send you to school, buy you all of the tools that you needed. So you wanted Snap-on tools and everything. The VA will pay for all of those things, which is really cool because it's another resource you don't have to worry about. And it's the same kind of program that you would have. So at the end of the day, you'd have to go see a counselor, create a plan to get a goal, and your goal is employment, right? So once you get that, that plan done, then you execute that thing. And it's really cool because it's kind of like you're on the GI Bill going to school to be educated for a job you're going to obtain. So if you still have the benefits and everything, you could get that BAH, you could get, the tuition that you need, you get the tools necessary to accomplish that, and anything else. Another cool thing is they also turn on dental. So if you need dental to get that job done, like, you have full dental while you're in that program. So it's a really cool program to be a part of, and it's there. A lot of people don't know about it or understand it, but definitely going to the VBA and scheduling an appointment with the VNRE counselor that's over there. I don't have the information for that, but
so the easiest way they can do it is go to if you're on Guam, go to the Teads office, the VA Teads office. You can schedule online, or you can go to the front desk and say, can I schedule an appointment with the VRNE counselor?
Yeah, and they also have a big board in the front, says where to get a hold of them at. So it's going to email them. They're not here on Guam that I know of right now. And just make an appointment, and You're going to have to do a package, so it's like a needs assessment. So they're going to need to know a bunch of data from you so they could create
your profile.
Yeah, and then get you on the program if necessary.
And the program has so many good benefits.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, what it sounds like is a wraparound program for rapid employment.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because there people need help with resume building, right? They need probably one more certification to get that job, and that's what this VRE program is. And by the way, if you have GI Bill, you can save your GI Bill and then use VRE. And then once your VRE time runs up, which is 36 months, then you can switch back to GI Bill.
Absolutely.
That is perfect. So the other one, we have a caller? All right. Let's get the caller.
Hello?
Hello.
Off a day.
This is Rick.
Hello, Rick.
Hey, just wanted to let the audience know, your audience know, that it's been very rewarding for me as a vet volunteer with HMI. And just come on board. We really are looking forward to have a lot of resources on island, and since we're helping vets, right? Let's use your talents in HMI. Thank you.
And you're gonna be at the summit.
Well, gotta work with my.
So veterans will be able to see Rick.
Yeah.
Veterans will be able to see Rick.
Oh yeah.
All right, Rick. Thank you. Thank you for calling in, and we look forward to this week at the summit.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you. Bye.
I think that's really awesome that, Rick called and said that, you guys get to talk with a lot of people, meet a lot of people from all walks of life, and they're usually just coming in to, establish their benefits, because a lot of people forget that after service, you have to go in and establish your benefits, whether it's healthcare, your disability, compensation. But with the people and the amount of people that you get to help out, they want to give back. They want to be a part of the club and give back, whether it's a boot camp and serving food or being a part of the golf tournaments and stuff. I think that's amazing, and you just created a community. And it's cool because you go through these boot camps, because I'm a part of it too. Like, you're on this chat group and everybody chimes in, and it's amazing because the people that you spend that time with at the boot camps, you're establishing the relationships. We do all these activities to help each other, because if someone has a problem, somebody else probably had that problem and solved it. Or, with the expertise of the staff and everything, they probably were exposed to it to kind of figure out how to solve that problem. But within that community, it's just friendships and just amazing people that you would never thought that you would have met. From like senators, governors, and like firefighters.
Well, and we also get,
amazing.
I didn't know so-and-so was a veteran.
Yeah.
Because, we share a lot of photos in our WhatsApp chat groups. And, they get forwarded. They even get forwarded to people off island. And then someone reaches back out and says, I didn't know that person was a veteran.
Yeah.
And, Anthony would always ask, are you a veteran? Are you a veteran? I always wondered why he's asking every single stranger if they're a veteran. It's because he wanted to make sure they had their benefits.
Yeah.
So, they access their benefits. And now I get it. And I have a funny story, because we met one where we used to do the Guam Task Force meetings, the Guam Veteran Task Force meetings at the DNA building, 4th floor. And what is at the DNA building, 4th floor? VES.
Oh, okay.
VES, the contracted examiner for the CMPs, right? So I remember running into this couple, and I didn't get their names, but I got their number. So, we asked them if they're a veteran, and he said, yes, I just came from my CMP exam. Yeah. And then I saved him as elevator guy. So when, fast forward to today, I think that was sometime in 2023, 2024. And so fast forward to today, they've got their rating. They volunteer with HMI a lot. They help HMI a lot. And one time, normally it's either the wife or the husband that calls me. So the wife called me and said, hey, what do you guys need for the next boot camp, And we presented them their certificates, right, for, volunteering with HMI. And I just remember when she called me, it said elevator guy. I was like, why is their name elevator guy on my phone? I was like, oh, that's why, because that's how I met them in an elevator.
Yeah.
And I didn't catch their name, so I saved them as elevator guy. But I mean, just ask, and I just sent a message to all the chat groups this morning. Find your friend, find your buddy, find your relative. And I know you have one that you've been trying to bring to us, right? To come learn about the benefits that you have access to. We're not forcing you to file your claim. We're not forcing you to do anything, but we just want you to know what you have access to. And hey, maybe one day you want to do it. You want to file.
Yeah.
Because there's so much out there. And if you don't want to file for you, file for your family, file for your niece, file for your grandson, because guess what? If you don't use the services today, what are we going to have in the future?
Yeah. I have a really cool story I think everybody should hear if you're watching. But, I like to consider myself a professional volunteer. Some people may disagree with that because you need to get paid to be a volunteer, whatever. Either way, I enjoy helping people out. And I definitely put in a lot of time, helping HMI, whether it was the olden days during COVID when we were going out to villages and stuff. It was just really awesome to be with you guys and helping other veterans that just didn't know about their benefits, right? The other week, I'm at the clinic, and I usually take care of people's ID me. It's the easiest thing to do. But I was helping this lady with ID me because I thought she had issues with it, but it had nothing to do with the ID me. She's already set up and everything. What she came for was because she was being targeted by one of those sharks. Those claim sharks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, yeah, they're telling me I'm going to have to pay all this money and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, why? Why would you have to pay anything? What we're doing is free. And as a person that works for free and pretty much hangs out with you guys to hang out because it's a good organization to help people, we don't charge anything. Did you hear that? We don't charge anything. We help veterans as veterans from the kindness of our hearts to make sure that they get what is pretty much what they rate. They sacrifice, they've suffered, they have worn the uniform, and they deserve those benefits. And some of them go through their whole lives not realizing that once you take the uniform off, you should probably file for your benefits. And then you'll realize that you could get a percentage which equates to a compensation, and you not only get health care but also monetary benefits when it comes with it. And there's nothing wrong with applying or filing for those particular benefits if you suffer from a condition resulting from your service. And that's the biggest thing.
But I
it's
think
free.
I think the ones that say that we're charging are the ones that just want to spread rumors about us, and so that they can charge.
Stop.
So
You're
that
ruining
they
it
can
for veterans. Stop.
Oh my
We're just trying to help each other out.
Yeah.
We're not trying to lie or fake anything.
Yep.
If you rate it, you rate it. If you come up with the documents and the justification for it, then obviously the VA is going to see that. But nobody is faking anything or whatever. If you feel like you are owed some compensation because you tripped in the shower when you were on active duty, or, another crazy story is sitting down with somebody and a powerful story come out. She never thought about this particular incident, and she shared with me an amazing story of loss, and she just turned it off, right? But talking with her, come to find out that could have been something that she's been keeping inside that could have been affecting her life. So when we talk about anxiety or PTSD from service, sometimes we don't recognize it because that's too hurtful. It's too powerful that we want to push it away and not realize that it's affecting us.
And we live with the symptoms, not knowing what caused it, because like you said, you put it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So file
and don't give up.
File and do not give it.
And we don't charge. And anybody who's spreading those hurtful lies, we see you.
Yes.
Stop it.
We want to talk about two memos that we received. One of them is a response from the GOVA office to Senator Sabrina Salas-Mansanani about why the nearly $1 million in prior year funds could not be carried over. And the other one is for the relocation to the Chancery. So after the break, we'll talk about these two memos that we received and more. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. We'll be right back.
One night only, Julian Marley and The Uprising with special guests Jack Pill and the sounds of DJ Bonix are coming to Guam, featuring Trichomes, The Resistance, 4K, and Mixed Plate at the Lime Event venue this February 14th. And the best part? Everyone is VIP. Experience roots, reggae, island vibes, and pure Marley energy live on Valentine's Day. But listen, tickets are extremely limited, and once they're gone for good. Don't wait. Get yours now at guamtime.net. That's guamtime.net. Brought to you by New Wave Studios Guam, Empire Realty, Trivision, Micronesia Mall, Pacific Island Money Pops Guam, Happy Mart, Pacific Grocers, Suave Kicks, Coffee Slut, The Local Shop, Renovate Guam, Chamarita Eats, The Post Guam, Atkins Kroll, Concept Lab, Boss 104, The Point, and Star 101. One night, one price, one legend.
And we're back. So we left earlier by saying we're going to talk about these two articles. So there's a lot to talk about. So I'm just going to summarize the articles. So key points. BBMR confirmed in writing on December 18 that 2025 that GOVA's fiscal year 2024 and 2025 unexpended general fund balances cannot be rolled over. The reason, because there's no actual cash exists to support the continuing appropriation authority. So DOA's analysis found no FY 2024 general fund balance available to carry into FY 2025. And as of December 3rd, 2025, the unassigned general fund balance was $13.98 million. So because the government cannot spend money that does not exist, BBMR and DOA halted all rollover actions. So the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs Fair Office emphasizes they are committed to serving veterans. The issue is of fiscal legality, not lack of support for veterans, and continuing appropriations must be based on verified available funds, not assumptions. GOVA encourages collaboration with the legislature to ensure future appropriations are executable. Overall message from the memo: the funds legally cannot be spent because they no longer exist. The executive branch cannot authorize deficit spending, even for veteran programs. So I know this was brought up during the oversight hearing that they had last year about the funds. And these funds were supposed to use to be to hire more staff. And they're just having a hard time recruiting VSOs. Veteran service officers.
Yeah. And like I was telling you before, like, you know, I worked there as a student when I was getting my bachelor's, trying to understand policy and stuff. But like, you know, to the people at GOVA, you're definitely overworked, underpaid, and we recognize that you guys are working hard over there. Like, thank you for what you're doing. You know, they're just another function to help veterans, and veterans should understand that they're there if they need them, right? Especially when it comes to the funeral honors and everything like that. Helping with your education benefits, filing, you know, but hey, HMI also files too, so if you want some help,
for free?
We'll help you.
For free?
For free.
Oh. So the other article was the GOVA response to Senator Mancinani about the relocation to the Chancery.
Yeah.
So GOVA responded to follow-up questions from November 13, 2025 oversight hearing regarding the planned relocation of the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs. The new location would be the former Archdiocese of Agana Chancery office in Agana Heights. The office space, GOVA will occupy the main office building. Existing office spaces already meet GOVA's needs. There's no renovations required based on a May 2025 walkthrough. The cost, no rent required because the government of Guam owns the property. And current utilities for Asin and PD Cemetery, the power is about $3,000 a month and the water is about $1,800 a month. Parking, 15 stalls, including 4 ADA spaces, subject to adjustment for compliance. And there is something on the property called a residence building, which GOVA will not occupy. That's like a separate, I don't know if you've watched the video recording that Senator Salas Mancinani did. She did a walkthrough. So there's a main building, right? The That's the Chancery building. Then across the way, walking distance, is called the Residence building. GOVA will not occupy that one.
Oh, wow.
And then timeline to relocate, it depends on completion of ongoing renovations and construction at the site. So when she went to do a walkthrough, there was some renovations going on, trees, and I'm not sure what else was going on, but there was some. And so overall, message of the memo: the relocation is cost effective, requires no renovation expenses, and will proceed once construction at the site is complete. I'm not sure what renovations are happening there, but it's important that veterans, maybe go try and do a site visit, see if their vehicles can make it up there. Because what I understand and what I've seen in the video is it's pretty steep.
Yeah.
Have you been there, Jose? Is it like a steep?
I mean, there's a hill going, because it is called San Ramon Hill. There is a hill to drive up, which isn't bad if you're driving, but there is a bit of an incline where the parking is. There's a couple of flat spaces, but it's going to be a challenge, no doubt. The office space is pristine. It's good. The challenge is to get the veterans up there and to be parked and to access it. So I know that a lot of you guys have gone through major challenges in your life. This could be another one to mark down. But I think that's going to be a major thing right there. Parking is there isn't a lot of parking up there. There isn't a field though that is behind the residence. So when you go into the Chancery, you go up the hill from the driveway. There is a bit of a clearing there where there's parking. Now, there was a walking garden along the cliff side where they had different stations for prayers. That might be cleared now because they did have statues and stuff there. And I don't know if they're going to renovate those into parking spaces. It's kind of still a steep area, but that's going to be the challenge. And then to get to the office itself from that parking lot, it is a steep incline.
Well, I hope it's a smooth transition for the veterans, and to get yourself familiar with it. It's in Agana, up the hill. I don't think the memo had an actual move-in date. Just the fact that the move will depend on the renovations that are currently happening there. Saying hello to those online. Chuck Hazard, Karina doesn't like YouTubers. No, that's not the point. The point is I have one device in front of me, and then I have another device, and the other. I would need a whole nother device to check YouTube. And then Jose Martinez, the thing about meeting people in elevators, it has its ups and downs. And Marvin is watching. Marvin, are you going to come to our summit this week? If you do, would you like to give a testimony to the veterans? I always say testimonies from veterans are more powerful than listening to Karina talk about a PowerPoint or have you do some exercises, together. Because who better to hear it from than a veteran that went through the process?
Absolutely.
The free process.
Yeah.
Right? The free process. Do we want to talk about what was that other law that was passed? I think I sent it to you. But while you're looking for that, Jose, Ray and I sent you our AI generated caricatures. So all you have to do when she sees, that's you, Ray. That's hilarious. All you have to do is put this prompt into ChatGPT. Say, please create a caricature of me and my job based on everything you know about me, and it'll create that. So I know some people want to upload their photo into ChatGPT, and their face looks similar, but this is what it came up with when I asked about me. So it says,
what would you call that?
So my uniform is like half like a dress and a uniform because I sew LuLaRoe. So and then you have the Air Force wings in the back, and that's supposed to probably be the Air Force seal. Then you have HMI in my hand, and then the books you'll see 38 CFR M21-1, and then I guess that thing says law or something.
What if you made those into like civilian uniforms?
Well, a half uniform and a half dress? I don't know.
Looks cool.
I don't know. And what are you doing in yours?
Yeah.
What's with the slippers?
It's a jujitsu thing. So I teach jujitsu. We always wear slippers because we have to take them off, take them on. I don't know why I have a boot on the other one. But I'm also a social worker. I help veterans and everything. Served well over a decade in the Marines, and I did a super long hike across the United States from pretty much Boston, Massachusetts to Newport, Oregon with my friends. And it captured the long road ahead.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, because you have your little backpack there. So you've got everything going on in that photo.
You do. And I think it's awesome,
Yes.
especially for veterans that need like validation of what and who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all have a story. And if we just tell ChatGPT our story, it'll come up with an amazing thing where it just tells your story in a way that you may not be able to tell it, right? Just give it a couple prompts, like this is what I did, how many deployments I've been on, what branch of military, what I do now, what I've been doing, how many kids I have. And ChatGPT will learn you, understand you, and give you one of these caricatures. If you give it a good picture too.
Well, I didn't give it a picture, so I think it found the public information.
Maybe.
Probably went to my Facebook and Instagram and stole some photos.
So I think it's really awesome if veterans could do that and definitely share it with us so we could see it, to see how it looks.
Well, Anthony used to do something like that. Remember, he used to do the write up.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the photos. It was the write up of your character, like a few key points about who you are. Remember, he created like names or something. I forgot. I have to go back and look what those were.
We just got a message from
Tom Atta.
Yes,
I see that. Yes. So Tom Atta says move-in date to Chancery is April.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Hopefully we get invited to the ribbon cutting ceremony because we weren't invited to the chapel ribbon cutting ceremony. So hopefully that gets pushed out.
Were you thinking out loud?
No. That's true. No one was invited.
Okay.
Yeah. People showed up, but only certain people showed up. Yeah.
People were dying to get in. All right, I'll stop.
Oh my gosh, is that the show?
Wow.
Oh my God.
You got 4 minutes.
We have so much things to talk about, and we just have no time. No time to talk about.
I think that article we wanted to talk about was the one with the Marine General talking about the move,
the relocation. Yes, 5,000.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because, for the veterans that are listening, we have to think about the operational stuff that goes on, right? It's not just moving our families and thinking what's going to be most cost effective. We also have to think about national security and everything like that. So there is a political side to it because we did get a lot of money from Okinawa to do some of this work. And then on the other side, there is the tactical and, operational side of it. And, believe it or not, we have to make sure that our boundaries are secured and, we're taking care of, the United States properties and everything like that. And Guam is a part of it. And we have to protect our island. So, having the troops over here ready, the readiness force here, and then keeping the families a little safer, maybe in international waters or whatever, but we still have property that's there that can still be maintained and, make sure our families are taken care of. But, some people may say that, why are they deployed over here and their families over here? Like, the mission is the protection of our country and its missions. Family, everybody knows in the military, family comes second. And we have to understand, some of the moves that the military does and not really get all crazy about it.
Well, yes, family comes second, but they are your support system. So, of course, when you move someone, right, they will move your family as well. But I think just the article covering, the move and the 5,000 Marines, and we have to think about what that's going to mean, right? What would that mean if we only move 5,000? And then also in the article was saying, let's just give it to the Army.
Yeah.
And because there were about 700 that are supposed to move here from the Army to support the THAAD mission.
Yeah. But we also think about it like, when we were in, especially during OIF, OEF, and all the other things, we're deployed, right? We're working. We can't have the stressors of the family or whatever. And that's kind of the deal that we make when we have a military family is like, when dad or mom needs to go on deployment, the other spouse needs to take care of the home. And it's just the reality of things. But, this is trying times, especially in the geopolitical status that we're in right now.
Right. Anything to say before we end the show?
Tons of resources that are out there, tons of services. If you need help, all you have to do is ask or come to the summit. There's going to be a lot of information that's over there that could benefit a veteran just like you.
Yeah, stay ready, stay informed. And as always, thank you for your service. We'll see you next week.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
Day number 9. Fox News, I'm Sue Guzman. The search is continuing for the 84-year-old mother of NBC Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. The latest from Fox's Jonathan Hunt in Tucson.
We have seen a lot of activity, obviously, at Nancy Guthrie's home. There was a lot of activity at Annie Guthrie's home last night. Now, Annie Guthrie is Savannah's sister, Nancy Guthrie's other daughter. Here at the Pima County Sheriff's Department, 2 law enforcement agents heading into the Sheriff's Department here, carrying what looked to us like some sort of blueprint or map.